Hi, I'm Ross.
And I'm Eddie.
And welcome back to Ross and Eddie's Shack of Satire.
Hell yeah.
Today, I would like to welcome our special guest, Ethan Johnson.
How we doing, guys?
Let's start off.
Oh, okay. All right. First question of the day. This is a big one. I think you'll like it. Are aliens real?
The obvious answer being, sure. Sure they are.
Have you met Ethan?
I think they have.
Solid yes or no on are aliens real?
Yeah, drop it in the comments. I think they are.
I think they are. What about you?
Honestly? Yeah.
And, I've got a few reasons for why I think they're real. And, the first of them just being, have you ever seen them? No. That means that they're definitely not real because you don't know.
Yeah. You can't say something doesn't exist if you've never seen it not exist.
That's just chemistry.
I've seen an alien.
Where?
Tyranny.
No. You got the wrong alien. Not a legal alien.
Oh.
And, if you think about this,
I miss Europa.
there are millions, of billions of sixes of galaxies out there, and any one of them could have an Earth-like.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are
Planet.
the chances that, dude, that the only life that ever showed up was right here, and that was it?
Not very likely, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But
They're really weird.
I mean, there's bacteria. It's kind of cool.
bacteria is cool. I mean,
I'm all like germs. I'm all for
it
it.
causes cancer. It solves cancer.
I mean, you go to the bathroom, you got like aliens in your hands after that. Bacteria.
Bacteria. Yeah, they're so small that there's no way they couldn't be aliens. Nothing can be that small and living. That's just a known fact. Ants, they aren't living. They're possessed by a magical wizard.
Yeah.
There's no way that ants are real. Exoskeletons? I don't think so.
Now, on to the next question. Is Jesus Christ an alien that actually exists?
Maybe an illegal one. Just like Jesus, who mows my lawn. There's a lot of possibilities on this whole alien topic, and there's no way that they couldn't be real.
I mean, we don't know what's out there, so like.
That's actually the thing, though. In all seriousness, we have no idea what's out there.
I'd like to think they are. And I hope, like, one day they just, like, look at us and they're like, what the hell?
We really messed up on this one.
I hope they're, like, as confused as we are when we see
We're just like glad we weren't there.
Yeah.
This is a true story.
I'm just saying, if Bobby Shmurda never went to prison, life would be so much better.
Same with OJ.
All right.
We already had this segment. Orange juice is good. We got it.
Oh.
It's the half of OJ that you don't want to see that isn't on the commercials, and that's all right. But this is a true story. One night, March the 15th, 2010, I was riding home on my longboard, coming home from my friend's house around 11 o'clock at night during the summer. And I don't know what compelled me to look up into the sky, but I looked to the right of my house, and there was this orange ball with a wispy tail flying through the air. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a shooting star. That's lucky. Cool. I'll make a wish. And it stopped. It stopped there, right in the middle. Just, the orange ball was there, the wispy tail went away, just stopped. And I looked at it for a few seconds, I was like, someone shut off the star. I looked at it, and it just went away. Gone. Poof. Like my dad, just gone. Alright? And it's just like, that is most...
wasn't looking for a pack of cigarettes.
Exactly. Whatever he was looking for wasn't here. Was he looking for me? I don't know. But he left.
And it was just like found it. Right.
Yeah. I found what I was looking for. I don't really want it. Vamos.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Were there any variables that you couldn't account for that may have made you see this? Or maybe some variables that you could account for?
I mean, he hit a tic tac off the ground.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was 2010, Eddie. I was 10 years old. No, there were no other variables
No
except
one dared to eat some like mushrooms you found on the ground.
no.
Okay.
It was funny colored moss.
It's funny because someone had me do that when I was 5.
Anyway,
You know, can we have an accurate name of who that is and their address for the FBI?
The FBI already has it. You know of a man that goes by the name Luke Wren?
No.
Never heard of him. BET has.
Dang. All right. Have they though?
Yeah, no, he got upset because BET put his face on the news, or their like little news segment, even though he was a minor at the time. And that's very illegal.
I'm a major in partying. I don't know about a minor. I have a minor in communications. But
He sucks at it.
what? But you know, aliens. They could be out there. They could not be.
no,
They are though. Yeah. No, they're totally out there. There's no such thing as no aliens. That came straight up an alien.
Oh.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first, and you'll hear it here last. Aliens are real, and they're here.
How much you
They're
bet?
here, and they're here.
Aliens are real, and they're not just Mexicans.
Any kiddo.
We just do that.
No,
No.
you don't need any of this.
Yeah, trust me, you don't need that. I made it.
We need it.
Thanks.
See the disrespect I get here?
No respect for guest stars.
You want to know why? Because you're a code 5.
Uh-oh. He's a code 5, and that's just the problem. Code 1 through 4, like DEFCON 4 is not that bad, but DEFCON 5, that's like not good.
I'm really looking forward to 4.
Me too.
Yeah,
4th?
Yep.
Yeah, 4th sounds great. Wink.
Honestly, do you ever think we're gonna get to DEFCON 5 in this country?
Honestly, I was surprised we didn't go on DEF CON when that one guy made that really stupid mistake of being like, there's a missile heading for Hawaii.
Someone believed it.
Yeah, well, no, it was because
There was a missile.
It was, no.
All right, I don't know
And we
anything.
got
It was-
the best catcher in the history of baseball from the Washington Nationals to catch that missile. And you know what he did? He threw it right back to home plate. Korea.
No, that's not what happened. See,
I don't know what happened.
You know, there's this thing called NORAD, which is like, it's up in Alaska, and it's like the base of operations for like nuclear missile warnings and stuff like that.
North American Republicans against Democrats.
Yep, that's the one. But yeah, they have like multiple bases, not just there, but they had one in Hawaii where it's like a warning system where they're like, hey, someone's shooting a missile at us, and the guy claimed that he pressed the wrong button that sent out like a mass text to everyone on the island.
Yeah, they did like a thing on the news about that too.
Yeah, he lost his job, but like he like accidentally pressed the button, and everyone was like, it went to everyone's phone in Hawaii.
And he was just
He was like, duck and cover.
How you doing, guys? You know, you haven't gotten a text from me. You don't know who I am, but you know, I see you through your computer screens. I know who you are.
No.
Missiles, like right now.
Okay, let me ask you about that. FBI. Like, I know there's no way in hell that they could sit there and like look through everyone's computer. I'm probably on a watch list, so I'm. Yeah, that's probably best.
Probably now.
But like, there's no like people act as if like there's an FBI person on every person's camera. It's just like
There's not enough hired FBI agents to get that done.
you need as many FBI agents as people in this country.
No, what they have is split screen.
You can't play Fortnite on split screen. There you go. It's not true. There's no such thing as the FBI.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just
Federal Bureau of Infidels. I'm joking. Okay, but seriously, Do you think? I think the FBI just monitors you if you like Google, concerning things like threatening the president or something like that. I think that's when they put you on like a watch list. If you Google concerning topics, how to make this or how to make that.
Yeah, like if you Google how to make a bomb using household items, then like they're probably gonna put you on that list.
Do you ever hear about that one girl who like when Obama got reelected, she was like, God, I wish someone would just assassinate him already, and like the next day someone showed up at her house. The Secret Service that's like based in that area like showed up to her house and took all of the electronics out of her house.
She can't toast any toast anymore. You know what she can do? Watch her mouth.
They took even the iPod.
They took the 2003 iPod. You don't have a brick anymore. Your foundation of your house is going away.
I just want to know who would think saying that out loud would be like, God, I wish they would just assassinate this important government official.
Thank you. Well, did she like tweet it or something?
Yeah, she tweeted it.
You can't trust Twitter. You just can't. You can't trust Facebook. You can't trust Twitter. It's just
no. You really can't trust Facebook. Did you hear about Mark Zuckerberg? Like he's getting a bunch of crap right now because like
Mark.
Hang on.
Traderbird.
I don't know the full story, but from what I understand is that Facebook's in a lot of trouble right now because they use a lot of your data and they sell it to people.
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't got a Facebook.
I don't have a Facebook either. Honestly, I think. Oh, I have one, but it's only to like stay in groups of people who don't understand how to work Instagram or mass text. They're just like, oh, join the Facebook group, and I'm like, that's the only reason I have a Facebook. I haven't posted anything. I don't even have a bio. It's just the generic picture, and I think that honestly, we shouldn't trust Facebook. I don't think we should trust Instagram. I don't think we should trust any of that. That's why we need to get back smoke signals. Just put a little fire pit in your front yard and be like, yo, how are you doing?
Like, homie, you want to meet up?
We screwed over the Indians. We might as well learn a couple things from them.
Yeah, we need to reincorporate their culture into our daily lives by sending smoke signals to all our friends.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Well,
6 o'clock, check your
If you think about it, Ross, we kind of did.
It's a good thing we didn't join them, or else there'd be a lot of casinos around here. I'm sorry.
I don't even understand that, so you're good.
I think we might have to cut that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Native Americans and Indians in general really did help us. The printing press. Indians.
Wait, was it?
The iPhone. No, of course not. The iPhone. Indians.
Lightning?
Indians.
Okay, alright.
The color blue.
Yeah, they
Native Americans.
They invented the blueberry to make the color blue. You know, right?
They're like bibbity bobbity boo, the color blue for you. And then it's just like lightning came out of it, like Emperor Palpatine, and then boom, we have this amazing fruit.
Basically,
Yogi Bear loves it.
You might not know this information if you didn't take like 1st and 2nd grade, but if you didn't, there you go.
If you didn't take World Religions 2, then you basically don't know how the economy works.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Ben Franklin, father of the stock market.
Donald Trump, father of the Constitution breaking.
Yeah.
You know that whole like saying like sign you John Hancock or whatever? That's actually not John Hancock's signature. That's Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
What does the J stand for?
Jesus.
Just a regular guy.
Jesus. Go big or go home.
Back to the aliens. Donald Trump.
Okay, going. Oh no.
This is the next topic.
Okay, listen up. I'm gonna start this off. The government, the United States government, state, local, federal, they're all reptilian people.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
It's called. Have you ever watched Mission Impossible? They do the face screening so you can make a mask of someone else. They're just crocodiles in there. They're reptilians. And then they just have a face-printed mask to look like something they aren't.
That's a fact.
So, and you know what the real inauguration of the president is? Getting your mask. The making and getting of your official mask. That's what the real inauguration is.
Yeah, Mission Impossible, when you think of that, they got it from the reptiles.
Exactly. Like, they literally, someone on the inside told someone about the outside.
Look. This can't not be real, okay? I just looked it up, proof of reptilians in government. And the first thing that pops up is how to spot the reptilians running the U.S. government.
So you know it's true if it's on BuzzFeed.
Fact.
This one's called www.theatlantic.com. You know where the Titanic sunk? The Atlantic.
So it must be true.
No, the Arctic aid.
Oh look, they're trying to sell us their book, Children of the Matrix.
It's like Children of the Corn, but with reptiles. And
As 12 million
kids.
Americans know, the United States government is run by lizard people, or to be scientifically accurate, reptilians.
Not selling reptilian merch?
Okay, seriously though. There's no way they couldn't be reptiles. I see eggs on the White House lawn all the time. All the time. You could say those are bluebird eggs, but I personally think they're Ivanka eggs. And there's no way that they all aren't reptiles.
It's by David Icke.
Donald J. Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Tonka Trump,
Baron Trump.
Barron Trump,
He's like 9 years old, but he's a reptilian.
Tonka Trump, Tonka Trucks,
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Bob the Builder. They're all reptilians.
So you think it's animated? It's not. They're just covering up for it.
They're animating you with lies.
Yeah. They have holograms projected over their reptilian bodies that cover up them actually being reptiles. If you look at frame 34, see what happens is Bob the Builder, they actually put holograms over the reptile people because they hide them. If you look at scene 36 of the Bob the Builder intro, you'll see a claw poking out of his hand. That's the reptiles. Like, you can't hide that.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've never seen Trump in person.
Give me some of the swamp juice.
I've never seen Trump in person. I've never seen Obama in person. And you can't tell me that they're not reptiles until I notice that they're like not reptiles.
No, I don't.
Actually.
Okay, listen. I don't think Obama's a reptilian, but I think this is what I think. He was actually just a robot created by reptilians. More specifically, Joe Biden, who is clearly a reptilian. Like, have you seen him? Have you seen his gizzard? Looks like an iguana.
I could hold like 30 pounds of illegal cane sugar, I can tell you that.
Actually, my mom saw Trump one time, and she came home and you know what she said? It's a reptile.
Yeah.
As soon as you say that though, then the FBI people in your computer know. So
I know we don't own any technology, and we're
Yeah, we
against it.
they live off the
strictly
land.
use-
Yeah.
We only use typewriters.
We don't
on
even
the
use
show.
that. We just use sticks and mud.
We're strictly vegan here.
I don't believe in the school bus either. I walk.
I don't even know what a school bus is.
Wait, are you Amish?
No, I'm a caveman.
Oh, okay.
It's my religion.
So, the march going on in Washington.
Never mind. Totally.
So, last Saturday, a march against gun control across the country. Specifically, a big one in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital.
I thought it was Montana.
I don't really know.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Montana, our nation's capital. There was a big rally and march against gun control, and a lot of students came out to basically protest and say that they don't want to be a part of gun violence and they don't want their lives to be spared to get an education. And personally, you know what I think that is? A ploy to get reptilians out of office.
That's a fact.
Get the reptiles in their cages with their little sun lamp and a rock.
Yeah.
They're golden. Cold-blooded. They're cold-blooded.
That's okay. Why do you think global warming's a thing? Why do you think there's a lot of government officials that try to dismiss it as a thing? Because they're trying to heat up the earth, man. They're tired of using UV lamps. They just want it to be a constant one giant.
That's
UV
why they
lamp.
aren't doing anything about global warming.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen in the president's bedroom? All right, you can't, except if you're on the Rockefeller Hewitt building, maybe. But honestly, if you can't see in there. You know why? Because there's just one big sun lamp on the roof, and there's just a big slab of rock that they lay on a collar bed.
Rocks and sand. That's all. And
Ever
you know
tried
what?
eating
They
sand?
want the global warming because the natural predator of the reptile, the polar bear, will die.
Without
I didn't
polar
freaking
bears,
think about that. Yeah.
without polar bears, there would be no way to keep the reptilian population in check, and without that, we are screwed.
That's why
Brain of a
we
world.
need to illegalize Russia. No more Russia, the bear. No. If they're gone, then our government reigns free.
But we gotta keep the reptiles at bay.
Yeah,
we have to have
so
some way.
we don't want our government.
We need to ban heat lamps. That's what we need to do.
We need,
Yes. No more UV light.
That's why they're burning the hole in the ozone layer, so then they don't need it. Your tongue's green, Eddie.
You gotta ban the sun.
I think they got me. I think the reptilians got me.
Ross, let me see your tongue.
Mm-mm.
Let me see your tongue, Ross.
Your tongue, Ross.
I don't have a tongue.
He's turned.
Seriously though, in all honesty, no ozone, more frozone.
Where's
Incredible
my
excuse coming out.
super suit? Alright, well, we're gonna take a little quick break.
We'll see you back after the break.
Bye-bye.
Dude. So, the march. It was students' chance to get to speak out about it, which I can appreciate, but I can also not appreciate it. You know what? I was trying to work in downtown Norfolk, and what were they doing? I was trying to sell hot dogs, man, and what were they doing? They were tearing up my stand, just eating all the hot dogs they could.
They don't eat them. They're not vegan hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Or just put them in the mouth to save them for later.
They buy all my hot dogs only to throw them at me, because they're not vegan.
Look, put in the right
Any
hot dog.
condiments or just like the bear dog?
Like the bear dog.
So you just have like an excess of buns, ketchup, mustard, and relish.
Yeah.
Really like chili dogs or like regular dogs?
Do you consider buns condiment?
Or buns?
Wait.
Think about
Can
it.
we bring up your point from the other day? Or no, it wasn't you. It was Sam who was like, "What do you call the toppings on a sandwich?" Or he's like, "Are they toppings? Or are they sandwich parts?
They're sandwich parts.
Or
I
are
think
they
they're toppings
condiments?"
because I like my burgers kind of plain. Like I'll throw some ketchup or like honey mustard sometimes on there. But I don't really.
But I mean, you put toppings on like ice cream. You put parts into a sandwich. It's like a running car. Hey, each part does its part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounded stupid, but each part has a job. The meat tastes meaty. We're not talking about the march anymore, and the lettuce is like healthy. So back to the march.
March. Yes.
There were, Mason, can you just cut it? Dude? Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
So a lot of students got their chance to speak out during the march because a lot of them felt like we weren't talking enough about gun control, which I can respect. At the same time, I don't respect it.
Why is that? Why don't you respect it?
Why don't I respect it?
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because guns are good for business. You ever think about that?
Yeah, I mean, if a guy comes in and he doesn't like your product, a gun's really going to change his mind about that.
Yeah, you know.
A gun's really going to make him rethink his
Exactly.
He's really going to reconsider
It's
not
like,
buying that
maybe-
toaster from
you
you.
know,
He's like, maybe a toaster's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe like you're a car salesman, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting at a desk, and the guy's like, "Well, see, I wanted a family van, and that's more in my budget. It's about $6,000, not too much. And you keep trying to sell me this $20,000 Corvette, and you're like, well, listen here. Let's say his name's Bobby. Listen here, Bobby. And you just reach underneath your desk, you just pull out a little Glock, and you put it on the table, and then you slide it over him.
Don't slide it over to him because they can pick it up. Just put it on the table, pointing at it, and be like, I urge you to reconsider. This car is a real
Exactly.
family van.
You know what? And then also, whenever you get robbed at gunpoint, people usually feel bad about you, and you like start a Kickstarter.
But if you have two guns, you can't get robbed. You seriously just point the gun back at him and be like, all right, we're at a stone, like we're at just a stalemate right now. What are we gonna do? We're both gonna walk away.
Yeah.
Or, just like many cowboys did, we're just gonna shoot each other both at the same time at 10 paces.
Yeah. You know what? If I were to rob a store, not that I would, but if I did,
Yeah.
I'd probably rob a store with a flintlock, like
Yeah.
Revolutionary War
Yeah,
style.
it's revolutionary.
Go
busting with a
Just go in with like a.
7-Eleven. Give me some Slurpees.
You just shoot one shot in the air, be like, give me 10 minutes, and I'm gonna scare you really bad.
You always gotta keep the bayonet on though. So like whenever you run out of like musket balls, you just like charge and you run at them.
And if you're trying to leave the store with more stuff, you can just poke it into a thing of trail mix, and that's just an extra hand.
Yeah, you would get the guys.
Put the hot dog on the end of the bayonet.
Exactly.
See, another purpose of the bayonet, you can just roast it over a campfire. That way you can just be, what's it called?
Proactive.
I don't know about that, but it's what the Indians did. Like they had a nomadic lifestyle or whatever. You just do that if you have a musket and a campfire.
You know what that word means, right?
No.
Nomadic lifestyle?
Yeah. What does it mean?
You know what I'm talking about though. We're like the souks, how they had the tents and just moved around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the march that happened on Saturday was pretty, I think, influential for everybody. A lot of people got, what they wanted to say out on the table and, what they believed in. There was people who were pro-gun control. There was people who were anti-gun control that were there. And I don't think any of them were right. You know why? Because we're all just paying more attention to the lizards, the reptilian people.
It's all a ploy.
It's all
to distract us from the real issues.
Yeah, I mean,
is Earth flat? No, it's not. It's a bowl. Reptilians, do they exist? Yes, they're in our government.
So let's think about this though. Let's just put the brakes on this crazy train. If the Earth was anything but a bowl, the water would fall out.
Exactly.
What do you put in bowls? Liquids, like water.
And the Earth's 70% water. That's how you know it's a bowl.
Exactly.
If it wasn't a bowl, it would just fall into space.
Just
Ben Franklin invented it, so.
Ben Franklin invented it. Kanye just reassured our belief. It's just it's got to happen. It's just a bowl. Or maybe a cone shape.
Maybe it's a bone. Who knows?
Maybe it's a bone shape. Maybe that's why there's so many.
We're just in the bone marrow.
Dude,
we're in the red marrow.
I think we're in the yellow.
We're in the yellow, the fatty marrow.
Yeah.
I didn't take anatomy.
We're in it right now, and I'm not doing too hot.
Yeah, I'm better than Russ, and I don't know that study.
I'm in marine bio. Maybe we're just a big, giant sea worm.
What have you guys learned about marine bio?
Right now, that's all we're running.
Oh, marine bio is not fun.
Sea worms?
They're not called sea worms.
They're like Nigeria.
Are they called squirters?
I know.
Yeah.
I took that class last
Yeah, in the unit right now, we're on Nigerians and which are jellyfish and stuff, and then worms.
Jellyfish, just like this economy.
Jellyfish fuel our economy? Question mark? Probably.
Is the box jellyfish really tasty? And whoever, scientists have found out that they're really tasty, and they send out this rumor that they're poisonous and can send venom through you, but really, they're just really good tasting. The scientists want to keep it all to themselves.
The tentacles are the best part.
How do you think they make peanut butter and jelly? What do you think that jelly's made out of? If you ever watched SpongeBob, you know.
Yeah,
jellyfish.
It's
jellyfish.
Cranking away in his factory, riding that bike.
There's one more thing we'd like to, discuss for, to end this podcast, I guess.
Well, while we're talking about marches, we might as well,
get the big march off the table.
Yeah.
March Madness. A hole-in-one, you could say. It's a real burden. March Madness is about golf. Alright, and I'm just gonna come straight out and say it. I'm mad about marching for golf. You can walk around and you can use your clubs all the time and you can dance around the topic, but I'm here to get down to the nitty-gritty, okay? Alright?
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Ulmer.
Rock.
Pro golfer or just a tea drink? Which was he first? Who knows?
Half and half, but full in my heart.
Half and half makes full.
Tiger Woods. Man or legend?
Macho Man.
Randy Savage.
Or criminal.
Adam Sandler.
Jeff Goldblum.
My dad.
All professional golfers.
And one thing about professional golfers, they all make a lot of money because of March Madness, because so many people view it and
But it's kind of screwed up because the coaches often get paid way more than they do.
Exactly. How do you coach someone in golf? All right, man. So the hole's over here. You're just gonna want to hit, I don't know, straight.
Get your protractor, hit that hole.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna want to make it in the end.
I don't feel like they need.
Do they teach them how to do those weird like poses when they're eyeing up the hole when they're putting? Like they're like, the wind's coming from this way and it's a 40% humidity, so we gotta swing it
So
that
I'm
way.
gonna use Big Bertha. I'm gonna drive it 15 miles that way, and you know the wind will bring it back.
Yeah,
Right into the field goal.
You're a foot away from the hole, but you gotta swing it 15 miles.
You don't do that.
Okay, you ever played golf in a hurricane?
Have you ever been in a hurricane? Do you even know what a hurricane is?
You know-
It's a wind tunnel.
They lie to you and tell you the eye of the storm is actually the calmest section. That's not true at all.
That's why
Hurricane
they play
Alley
golf.
throughout the Midwest of the United States.
Yes.
Hurricanes there all the time because of all the dryness and heavy winds.
You know what's even worse?
Dorothy was caught in a hurricane.
All the tornadoes in Hawaii. Why do they get so many tornadoes? Are they?
Because they need to put shirts on and get
It's
jobs.
because they're on the edge of the bowl of the earth, and it's right by space.
It's right on the rim of the earth.
Yeah, so
yeah,
they, got
yeah.
all these, they got all these solar wind currents blowing by, and it's causing all these hurricanes by Hawaii.
Now-
Which is why we need to fix the ozone there to get rid of the reptiles and to help Hawaii's golf tournaments.
So they can march whenever they feel like it.
Exactly.
Okay, but seriously, if it's a bowl, right? If you move water around in a bowl, it starts making a funneling cylinder shape,
So you-
which
yeah.
causes hurricanes.
Okay,
And
but
America's
what-
right in the
of
center of
wind.
the earth.
So let me ask you this: like, do you think that somewhere in the ocean, probably like in the Marianas Trench, there's a plug? Like, you know, from SpongeBob, like the most accurate documentary I think I've ever seen.
Okay, the Marianas Trench, more like the Bermuda Triangle. You know why? No one's ever been in it. The fighter pilots went in to pull the plug, and the plug pulled them.
Exactly. We've never seen them again.
Because like they like
Amelia
they barely,
Earhart.
they barely cracked the seal, and then it sucked them right in. And then
Exactly.
it's
3018 before we can even get close to pulling that plug.
I can't even count
That's how we fix rising water levels, though. Because like as greenhouse gases increase and it melts the polar ice caps, we just let out a little more water.
We would just
Ah.
let out some, right?
Back to
And
global
this
warming.
Space magic goes in through that hole, which will bring the temperature down, solving global warming. I don't know what we're gonna do with the ozone, but that'll help.
The ozone's just going to keep burning so our politicians can sit on that sun rock and be the reptilian people that they are.
So what you're saying is we have to overthrow the government?
I didn't say that. We'll talk about it after. But one thing is
Rockefeller
true.
Hewitt building. That's all I'm saying.
Everything in March is madness. All right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. March Madness, the biggest golf tournament of the year. Whoever wins gets the purple fuzzy shoes.
You know when they canceled Teletubbies?
Yeah.
March. You
Madness.
can't tell me that's not madness.
That's complete madness. Do you know when Einstein died?
April.
Somewhere around March. In March,
April.
maybe.
The exact 12 o'clock of March/April.
The summer solstice in the middle of March. The moon completely covered the sun. It was a solar eclipse. And, you know, only happens once a year. You get your cereal box out, and that's the middle of March.
You know, I think that's why people think the Earth's a sphere when it's actually a bowl. Like especially astronauts, because like, you ever seen one of those optical
See,
illusions?
it's confusing because they're seeing the bowl from the bottom.
Wait, where's the spoon?
The spoon?
How are you
The
supposed to
moon,
eat
The
out
Big Dipper. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh my god, what about the little dipper? That's like the dessert spoon.
That's more like if you have a child that doesn't have the grip strength to hold up a real big spoon.
The real dipper. They,
So-
they get the little dipper. It's like a training dipper.
The real question, who's using the spoon?
The aliens.
There it is. There you have
That's
it,
his
folks.
proof. The
There you
aliens
have
are
it.
here. They made spoons. They made the bowl, and they're gonna drink us.
We're
gonna
just the cereal
We're just one.
for that alien child's breakfast.
We're 1/4 of the solar galaxy's well-balanced breakfast.
We're the other half of the orange.
Where's the OJ? The OJ's in Space Yacht.
This is the other half of Space OJ that the Space News didn't want to Space see.
You know what? We just cracked it.
What are we gonna do now?
Bust it wide open.
I wouldn't be surprised if the NSA comes to our door now.
Or the NRA.
No, NASA's gonna come to our door, and we're about to get some new jobs.
Alright. Think we did good?
Too bad I can't fly, so we can't get to the moon yet.
No, okay. Well, I think you want. I think we've shared about all we got.
So, now is the time that I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Ross and Eddie's Shack of Satire.
Yes, thank you.
I would also like to thank Ethan Johnson for being today's special guest. We'll see you next Tuesday
Or Wednesday.
or Wednesday. And don't let the aliens ruin your Tuesday.